Okay, guys, here we are. It's Sunday, April 19th. I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have taken down the tarps. I have a few things to show you with the light. Not a whole lot, but I want to follow up on some things that we've been looking at pretty regularly. Let's hope I remember everything that I set up here. And I'm alone, so I'm probably going to mess some stuff up with photography here. Okay, our good old Amsonia. Right, so the one on the right is the original unpruned. The one in the middle pruned 2 weeks ago. The one on the left I pruned last week. You can see the one I did last week is not doing a whole lot. Remember, it's been a cloudy, cold week. We had snow this week. So without a lot of sun, that's going to slow some things down. In the back here, the Nepeta catmint. So the one on the left has never been pinched. The one on the right is pinched. And you might say, well, the one on the left looks better. Well, it might be a little bigger, but if you look kind of in the center compared to the one that's pinched, you give the one on the right another 3 weeks, it's going to fill the pot. The goal is to fill the pot. The one on the left is going to have things hanging over the ends and look a little scragglier. So again, pinching is powerful. Here again we have our salvia. Let me switch this one maybe. So again, pinched is on the left, unpinched on the right. Again, the one on the right looks pretty darn good, but the one on the left, because every place I pinched, and I can't reach, but every place I pinched, I now have at least 2 branches coming out. Compared to here, these are still just one tall scape with a flower on the end. So, not good. Wait, I thought I just saw something I wanted to show you. Okay. Can you see that flecking on the leaf? Who remembers what causes the silver flecking? What insect? I'm going to pick one. I wish I had the dissecting scope working properly. There's no way we're going to see them because they're so itty bitty. And I don't have white paper right here to test them. I'll try and maybe do something later. Okay. So stuff was really dry. It's Sunday again. Last time I was here was Wednesday. And even though it's been cloudy, so I watered, these are the alliums, the onions, and the daylilies and stuff. I got to water the rest of the greenhouse yet. I just kind of started. I want to set up the pour through the EC measurements, but, whoops, sorry. So what I wanted to try and show you, and I don't know if I can do this one-handed. So I watered these probably a half hour ago. I watered them well. The pot was full of water. I was doing 2 counts, 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Let me see here. I just destroyed it. Can you see the difference in soil color? All the top of it fell off. But can you see how that's darker on the left that fell off the top of the root mass? And how lighter colored this is? That's as deep as the water went down. Okay, so even though I filled the top of that pot, it only wetted the top inch or so of the growing media. I've got another thing I'll show you in a minute. Tomatoes, when I came in, these were completely wilted down. I have a still photo. I didn't want to add it to the video, but I have a still photo with them totally wilted. I'll stick with this somehow or another. So again, watered them probably an hour ago, and how quickly they perk back. Remember, tomatoes go really fast. If we don't sell these for 4 weeks, they're going to be really gangly, so I don't mind shutting them down like that. All right, here's a new experiment. So let me try and explain this. I wanted to show you how much water a dry pot could hold. Right? Remember, peat moss can hold like 12 times its weight in water. So these are trade 1 gallons, so they're not a true one. They're a trade one, so they're small. And I have the beakers you can see filled with fertilizing water. The one on the left's got 200 milliliters, in the middle is 300 milliliters, and on the right is 400 milliliters. So I poured, I already poured them in. I just filled them up again to show you. So I put 200 milliliters of water in the one on the left, 300 in the middle, and 400 in the one on the right. Nothing came through except a little bit. Now there's a little water. Yeah, you can't see it, but that's from the mist system. There's a little bit. I don't even know if there's a little bit of water in the corner of that one. Some of that might be from the mist system too. And the one that I put 400 milliliters, not a drop. So obviously I'm assuming the one with the 300 milliliters still had a little moisture left in it when I watered it. But look at how much water that held. I mean, when you look at that, it looks like a third of the volume. It's not. We could calculate that. But the water holding capacity of peat is amazing. When we talk about watering thoroughly when they're dry so you get water out the bottom, I've been trying to figure a way to show you this because I notice every week when I water when they're dry, nothing comes a lot of times nothing comes out the bottom of the pot. Okay, so regarding removing the lights, like I said, I have a couple of still photos. One of them shows that our Persian Shield, this is the full spectrum LED table. These are significantly bigger than the other ones. However, stuff like the dahlias really stretched under the full spectrum LED. They were a little shorter under the blue. This is the blue table, blue wavelength only. But they're still, they're not breaking much. Yeah, you'd think they'd have helped more because cloudy as it's been. But so other than that, though, like I said, there's not a huge difference. I think some of the plants were too crammed in. There's the New Guineas that I've been talking about that just don't want to seem to get going. They sure are blooming. One cultivar obviously blooms quicker than the other. These are two different ones. So here's something I wanted to show you. This goes back to our pinching demonstration a while ago. So these are angel wing begonias. The two on the left were pinched, the two on the right were not. You can clearly see the difference. Now the one on the far right, it's not like I picked the worst one. There are a couple of others that look that bad. Okay, so needless to say, I should have pinched them all but a couple because that's completely unsaleable. I'm going to pinch them today and hope that, you know, within another 3 weeks that they do what we want them to do. But notice the difference with these guys, right? A lot of branches and leaves down low. You can see my pinch. You can see my pinch is right there. Here's the other, my pinch is right there. But notice all that low growth, right? That's going to make this in another 3 weeks, that's going to make those really attractive plants. These are not. The other thing I got back here to show you are the geraniums and the grow lights. So the one on the left was in the full spectrum LED. The one in the middle was under the blue. And I'm a little surprised by this. The one on the right is under the high pressure sodium. So again, the one under the full spectrum LED is really gangly. That's got to be pinched, right? The one in the middle is not quite as gangly, but boy, there isn't really very little lateral growth. Now, I think I mentioned last week, part of that problem is, look at the way they're shoved in the flat, right? I mean, we're growing them, and most people do, but the way we're growing them in the flats, it creates kind of dead zones. We also have problems like, look at this when we're mixing crops, right? So these grasses grew really, really fast. They're growing all over the begonias. So these begonias on the left side, right by that grass, look at how they're all growing toward the right even. It's just too much shade. Needless to say, if we had classes, we would have rearranged these things a long time ago. I just can't do it. So anyway, it's kind of interesting. And the high pressure sodium, actually, I looked at them. There's only 6 over there, I think. And all of them but one had a double break at the bottom. So the high pressure sodium, again, we got to go back and look at our chart regarding light. But earlier on, I thought the high pressure sodium wasn't doing what we wanted. Uh-oh. Where did I leave my pinching? Oh, hold on. Sorry, I got to backtrack. I want to show you one more thing, and then we're going to do an EC test again in pH, if I remember, this time. So, we're back to these bloody fuchsias. I keep showing you these fuchsias. Fuchsias can be a tough crop. And back in the day, there were a couple of folks in town that did a really, really good job with fuchsia, and they really knew what they were doing. So these ones I'm showing you right now are the ones we pinched when we potted. So they're looking pretty good. I wish they would grow a little more. I'm going to hit them with fertilizer again, but this table is the ones that I pinched 2 weeks ago. You can see my pinch mark. Again, I don't know if my pinch mark is right there. There's my pinch. Okay. And these are the ones we have never pinched. And again, they're just horrendous. So here's the problem now, right? If I just pinch up here, that's not helping me. Even if I pinch there, that's not, can you see that? That's not helping me. So literally to get any body to this, I'm going to have to go, whoops, down to there. And then look at this straggly thing over here. So I'm going to take him down to there. Now hopefully something that we've learned in pruning class as well, right, is the more you take off, hopefully the more new growth you'll stimulate. Now look, we got 2 little lateral buds here waiting to go to town. Oh, I just cut one of them. Sorry, it's really hard to do this. There's one in the back. So I'm going to go through and hit those again as well. And I think, oh, I'm sorry, the last thing I wanted to show you was our EC thing again. So same as last week, right? One's fertilized with our 200 parts per million, the other one is not. I've had them in these beakers now. I just poured the water in before I started walking around with this video, so because it's supposed to sit for 10 minutes, and I just crossed 10 minutes. So we're going to come back here. We're going to turn on our meter. Right now we're on pH. We want to go to our EC, right? So, boy, here we go again, one hand. Give me a sec. Really? He's stuck in there really good. I guess I gotta learn how to edit. Jeez Louise. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Boy, we got plenty of leachate this time, and then part of that's because I left it for more time. All right, so let's see where we're at. 2.6. Remember, we want to be between 2.6 and 5.2. So the only thing I'm going to do this time, because I forgot last time, is I want to check pH as well. pH is 6.4. Okay. Let's try the other one. And again, hold on, I want to try and rinse this off. I'm just going to pour, this is that more of that deionized water. My other beaker. .2. So not much lower than the fertilized one, but it is lower. And pH, I'm going to assume, is the same, or pretty well. It could be a little different. 5.9, so a little lower. Yeah. Oh, there's 6. 5.9 to 6. Okay, I think I forgot something, but whatever. That's good for today. Okay, take care.